All right, jabronis, we're back. Welcome back to this episode of Libretti Podcast Diary Show. How you doing? I hope everyone had a good week. I did. Actually, pretty nice weather. There was a couple of rain days, but I got out, did some yard work for the house I rent, so it's really not benefiting me much, but had a good time. I do have some potentially good news. I think in the next couple weeks, probably 2 weeks, I should be getting an actual desk in here. I have to go up to Jersey to do some stuff in the area for work, and I'm going to go stop by my parents and pick up that desk that they had. They were going to toss out, and I'm going to snag here. So we're making moves, folks. Pretty soon we'll have have the desk, have a real studio, maybe hide the casting couch in the back and not make it front and center anymore. So stay tuned, guys. All right, let's just get into it. Step into the cage.
Okay, let's run.
All right. This week's Cage Fact is sponsored by Pedialyte Hard Seltzer. You want to get wasted, but also stay hydrated? Try a Pedialyte Hard Seltzer. They come in orange, lemon lime, and purple flavors. Hey, every other company is selling out to pander to these basic bitch booze trends. Why can't we? Visit www.hotgarbage.com and use the code word shameless for 5% off. That's code word. I don't know what I said before. Shameless, 5%. All right. Give it a shot. They probably all taste the same. It's a shit drink with shit seltzer in it. Anyway, Cage Fact. So, Nic Cage actually created a style of acting. Bet you didn't know that. That's why I'm telling you. It's called Nouveau Shamanic. I think I'm pronouncing that right. Shamanic? Anyway, it's his acting style that he created. Actually, Ethan Hawke praised him for it, that said that Nic Cage is the only person that's done anything new for acting since Marlon Brando, which is pretty true. So, but it's a style acting that he created based off of shamans, because he believes that shamans to be actors in their own right, in their own way. So he created his own style based off of how shamans act and what have you. So I've never seen how shamans work their magic and how you doing, but apparently whatever shamans are doing, that's what Nic Cage is doing. So you can just imagine a bunch of Nic Cages running around doing their shaman thing for people in other countries. So maybe I'll have to go check that out and see what it's all about. But there you go. Quick Cage Fact, no nonsense. That's that. So let's move right on into the Stugots of the week. Today's Stugots, this week's Stugots is Socks and Sandals Guy. Now, I got a caveat real quick. I'm not talking about the socks and slides, folks, like those slide sandals, like the Nikes or Adidas and what have you, that most athletes do, after their games. They take off their sneakers or cleats or whatever and put on the slides, and they have their socks on the uniform. Most of the time it's like that. I don't really like it. I'll still make a comment if I see some jabroni in public doing it, but it's not the worst for me. Also, second caveat, very important to know, I have some very weird mental issue with feet. I don't even like saying the word. I don't know what it is. I think they're disgusting. I think people are disgusting regarding their foot hygiene and what they allow to happen with them. Walking around barefoot, Canal Street in New Orleans, barefoot on the street, in the gutters, picking your toenails. It's disgusting. All right. And don't get me started on the disgusting, sick fuck foot fetish freaks out there that love this stuff. Sorry, Terrence. Family show. I apologize. But regardless of that, caveat's over. Socks and Sandals Guy. Okay? So it's bad enough that there are guys out there with no socks that are wearing these Jesus sneakers, I call them. You know, the sandals with the Velcro and the strap around the ankle and all that business. Walking around in public. No socks, just the Jesus sneakers. It's disgusting. It's a bad look. I don't understand it. No self-respecting alpha in their right mind would be in a store, like a shoe store or anything, and look at these on the shelf and be like, oh, I did really want to show off my foot fungus in public to everybody, but I also wanted to be tactical, in case I want to go on a granola eating hike on flat ground while my wife is yelling at me the whole time. So this is what I'm looking for. Alphas don't say that. Beta bitch boys say that, but alphas don't say that. What's worse are the super betas out there that decide they want to slide on a pair of tube socks up to their shins before they Velcro into their Air Jesuses. Usually they're in jorts, headed to the beach or the aquarium, wherever else they're told to go by their spouse. Like, what's going through your head that you could possibly think that this is a good look? This makes sense functionally and aesthetically. I mean, in theory, logically speaking, sandals are usually worn, flip-flops are usually worn in warm weather. You're out and about, you want to keep cool, whatever you want to do with your feet, that's respectable, whatever. You want to wear sandals, fine. That's cool. But the logic behind adding the socks, there is none. Oh, I don't want to get cold. I'm going out to the beach, so it's warm out, so I want to get a breeze in, but I don't want to get cold or rain or sand on my feet, so I'm going to sock up and cover them. Just wear shoes. That's what shoes are for. Put shoes on. You're not going to sweat and die because it's too hot in cloth sneakers or whatever. Just put shoes on. I don't get that. And who thinks the Air Jesuses are an actual good look? Maybe a pedophile or a serial killer, but no self-respecting, sane human being is thinking that this is an actual good look. Like, I would look good wearing these with my Vietnam-era cargo shorts. I better get them. I mean, unless you're like a retired Special Forces officer or Navy SEAL or whatever, you can wear whatever you want, pal. Thank you for your service. Don't kill me. But they're not fashionable at all otherwise. At least the chicks out there that are wearing those new high-waisted bikini bottoms, the ones that look like adult diapers on them, and at least they're willing to admit, like, oh, this is a fashion trend, and I don't care how I look, really, it's a fashion trend, and I'm just going to be a sheep and follow the trend, and, I can respect that a lot more, that they're admitting to following the trend, sheeping around, than thinking they actually look good in them. But there's nothing fashionable at these disgusting Velcroed pieces of shit Jesus sneakers. I don't get that. Got the straps, the Velcro around the ankles. Some of them even have that little loop that goes around the big toe, the captain. That looks horrendous, dude. The only thing worse, I think, in the sock sandals realms are the Socks and Flops guys. The guys who are wearing socks and then put on the thong flip-flops that go between the captain, and they're walking around like that. To me, that just screams, I'm a lazy, useless piece of shit. I can't even bend over to tie shoes, or even better, even yet, Velcro some Air Jesuses on. I'd rather see that. They're too lazy to do that. So they walk around in the flops and socks, looking like fat shit Ninja Turtles. The only people to actually pull off the socks and flops look with any sort of success whatsoever were the samurais. And we all know what happened to them. Even they couldn't make the look last because now they're extinct. They went by the way of the dodo. Because even the samurais could not do it with the socks and flops. And they're respectable human beings back in their day. With the swords and the harry-carries. Couldn't do it. What I really would like to see is for the cancel culture to do some actual good finally and cancel Socks and Sandals Guy. Where are them? Where are they? I said, where are them? Wow, guys. Delete that from the video, huh? Speaking of cancel culture, let's move on into the Jabroni Junction topic today, shall we? Cancel culture. That's the topic. That's it. Now, regardless of what you may think of the current cancel culture and the Twitter tough guys who how they decide who's going to be on their digital hit list to cancel next, I want to discuss the real injustice of the cancel culture mob, the current cancel culture mob. And that's the fact that they stole the idea from Italian Americans. And then they've been butchering the execution. Italians have been canceling people since the day they stepped foot on American soil. And they've done it so well and successful at it, that they've made countless movies about it. Comedies, dramas, biopics, however you pronounce it, true stories. Countless movies showing how good we are at canceling people. And you would think, I'm going to go to the greats. I'm going to get the guidance from the greats on how to do this properly. Yet there was zero consultation. Zero. And it shows in their second-rate version of cancel culture. It's embarrassing for them. You know, the Italian-American cancel culture comes from years of experience, steeped in logical, sound reasoning, and is always business, never personal. And you got to respect that. Like when Joe Pesci, he killed that older guy that came out of jail when they were in the bar in the movie Goodfellas, because the guy told him to go get your shine box. That was business. Not personal whatsoever. There was no emotion involved. You could tell Joe Pesci was very calm, cool, and collected. He made a decision, and he took him out. All business. You know, Italians only cancel somebody when it's warranted. When they break, one of the secret Italian sacred codes, that's when you get canceled. Like in Godfather 2, when Michael Corleone had to kill his brother Fredo because he went against the family. And when you do that, you got to go. It had to be done. You broke the number one sacred rule of secret Italian code that may or may not make sense to you, and you went against the family. He had to go. Canceled.
I know it was you, Fredo. You broke my heart. You broke my heart.
Even non-mafia folks in the Italian-American community, like myself or my family, we're not mob hitmen by any means. I certainly wouldn't be here if that was the case. But even we have the cancel culture, in our blood, deeply rooted in us. Do you remember Blind Loyalty, episode 3? That's part of the cancel culture. The real cancel culture. Go back and check it out if you don't remember what I'm talking about. You know, I have relatives still that canceled each other before I was born. They're both still alive. Canceled each other for breaking a code. Don't know what it was. They broke it. And even to this day, you know, we go to family events. They're in the same room. Hey, did you say hi to Vinny? You finally squashed that? Vinny's dead to me. Don't mention that name again. He's dead to me. How's your sausage and peppers? How's that? And they go about their lives. Their family. You break a rule, you get canceled, and they stick to it. When they permanently cancel you, they do it right like that. Even when we were kids, you know, actually today too, I'm thinking about it now. It happened to me recently. You know, our mother cancels us constantly. She gives us little temporary cancellations. 2 weeks usually. You do something to disrespect her, and you get canceled. And you know what? I respect that. It's rightfully so. We always know too when we break a code and we disrespect our mother, and then it's 2 weeks canceled, dead to her. We'll even be eating dinner at the same table. Can you tell your son that he's got gravy stains on his guinea tea? Says it to my father. Like, I heard you, Ma. I'm right here. I got it. I got the stain. Tell him I'm not talking to him. He's dead to me. Your mother said, I heard what she said, Dad. You don't need to explain it to me. You know, I even know a jabroni who hasn't paid a dime of his own money to Burger King or Olive Garden his entire life because he canceled them. All for very logical, sane reasons, mind you, because that's what the Italians do. It's steeped in logic and reasoning, and it's business. The big difference now between the Italian-American cancel culture, the original, and the current Twitter mob that's going on right now, is that Italians took care of it themselves in the family. You want something done right, you do it yourself. And that's what the Italians did. This guy broke a rule, canceled. I'm going to take care of it. We're not going to speak to him again. It's over. Canceled. This weak, second-rate beta Twitter mob right now, you know, something gets them mad, they get emotionally disabled completely. And then instead of going to the mattresses like an alpha, like the Italian Americans, and go to war and take them out themselves, they take to their keyboards. Starbucks did not make my Frappuccino well enough, and I think it was because I'm a woman, or because I have glasses on. Go out there and cancel Starbucks. It's the most 2020 thing I've seen. Somebody gets mad at something for no good reason, and instead of taking care of it like an adult, they cry and whine like a bunch of beta bitch boys, go over to their Twitter daddies and say, help me, take care of this for me. What's worse about it is that the people standing trial on these kangaroo courts are actually bending the knee to them and giving this JV cancel culture mob any sort of legitimacy whatsoever. It's unbelievable. At least we have a couple folks like comedian Joey Diaz, everyone's favorite podcaster Joe Rogan. At least they're still standing their ground, holding the line, rendering them powerless, as they should, because they don't have any power. They shouldn't. But you know what? Maybe I'm just bitter because I'm not big and powerful and important enough to get the cancel culture mob on me. I guess I need to work harder so that they turn their digital pitchforks on me and give me the Salem witch trial that I think I deserve But let me tell you something. If they come at me, they better do it right. Because I'm not bending the knee to them. No sirree. I can't even bend the knee that well. I got the Osgood-Schlatters. I can't even bend. But also because I'm tough, and I'm not going to cater to these whiny bitches. That's also a big reason. Not because I'm old and dilapidated, because I'm tough. I'm war-hardened, tough guy. But if you're going to come after me, you better do it right. You better go old school style, like the Italian Americans, or at least take a page out of the old Clinton playbook and finish the fight yourselves. And finish the fight. Otherwise, I promise you, you'll be sorely disappointed. Solely disappointed. Because I'm still going to be out there. You're going to see this schnoz flooding your IG page, continuing to bitch about lazy, stupid people, saying stupid crap all the time. And you're going to wonder why I'm still around. I'm telling you right now, it's because you're doing it wrong. Go consult the greats. Respect them. Give them props. Be better. Otherwise, I'm going to come after all of you one at a time, one by one, and cancel all you individually. Take care of it myself. Like my grandfather before me, and his grandfather before him, and all the other John P. Librettis out there, because we don't have original names. I'm going to do it the right way. You're going to come ask me, hey, what happened to all the Twitter blue check marks and the Twitter mob out there? Well, canceled. They're dead to me. How's your sausage and peppers? Good, good. And we're going to move on. Okay. That's it. I'm done bitching about it today. I'll probably come back to it later on, but we're done today, okay? So next week, we're going to do a poll again. Cool. We're going back to the poll. So, someone came in with a good idea for some questions, some poll questions. So we kind of took one and modified it. This is from Julia. She's a good friend and the wife of a really good friend of mine, Steve McStiff, military buddy of mine. So thank you, Julia, for this. So I kind of modified it a little bit, but the question for next week, and I'll put it up, Wednesday or Thursday coming up for you to vote on the IG page. The question is, what's the better end of days, giant asteroid, summer of 1998 action movie? Deep Impact or Armageddon? So that's the question. I'm gonna go rewatch both of them, let you know how they go, and then we'll discuss about it. So that's it. Thanks again for listening today, guys. Don't forget, follow the IG page at LPD_show. Subscribe to us on YouTube, Apple, Spotify, Anchor, all of them. The links will be in the comments section of the YouTube and also the podcast on Apple and Spotify as well. So check it out. Like, follow, subscribe. Email Libretti Podcast Diary at gmail.com with questions, with ideas. Keep them coming. I had one guy email me, said he wants to see my girlfriend walk in the background in a cheerleader outfit. I canceled him. He's no longer a threat to us. Don't worry. But I'll take the questions. Keep them coming. I don't care what they are. So email, like, follow, subscribe. Thanks again for listening, everybody. I really appreciate it. You guys are awesome. And that's it. Stay strong.
And I was talking to your mother just the other night. I told her I thought you were an asshole. She said, yes, I think you're right. And all